removed from the owner's list before they can create their own account to obtain their digital certificates. Various COVID-19 vaccines are in Phase 3 clinical trials for their use in children below the age of 12, such as the Sinovac and Novavax vaccines. Deputy Health Minister Datuk Dr. Aaron Agodagang told the Dewan Rakyat, Malaysia has been chosen as one of the locations where such trials will be conducted for the Sinovac vaccine.
Kajian ini bakal dimulakan pada hujung bulan Oktober ini dan akan dijalankan di 10 lokasi. Kajian ini diselaraskan oleh Clinical Research Malaysia dengan penglibatan Institut Penyelidikan Klinika. Setakat ini, Kementerian Kesihatan sedang meneliti keberkesanan dan keselamatan vaksin ke atas populasi tersebut berdasarkan bukti-bukti saintifik melalui kajian klinikal ataupun real-world data.
In other news, the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission has arrested 16 company directors in a large-scale operation in the Klang Valley last night over alleged misappropriation of funds under the Malaysian Indian Community Transformation Unit. Bernama quoting sources reports, it is estimated that tens of millions of ringgit had been misused by the group, who originally applied for Mitra grants to organize socio-economic programs for the Indian community. Mitra was restructured in 2018 during the Pakatan Harapan administration and placed under the Prime Minister's Department. However, from April last year, Mitra was placed under the National Unity Ministry. Political scientist at University Science Malaysia, Asmal Taib, recommends for early voting to be expanded in Malaysia, as e-voting is currently not an option yet. He told BFM this could be in the form of allowing domestic voters to cast postal votes.
Why not allow a similar privilege for those who actually live in Malaysia? Election officials can send out ballots. In other countries, they would send out ballots 1 or 2 months before the election, and then voters can mail in the ballots. And also allow early voting. In the US, for example, 1 or 2 months before the election, voters can walk into certain government offices, so no one does not have to vote on the election day.
Kulai MP Tun Chin hopes the age limit for children assisted through the Yayasan Keluarga Malaysia initiative will be extended past 18 years old. She says the government should support the children until they have at least achieved their higher education. This comes as the Prime Minister recently launched the Yayasan Keluarga Malaysia initiative to support children orphaned by COVID-19.
Ini adalah kerana saya rasa pada zaman ini hak untuk mendapat pengajian tinggi juga merupakan satu hak asasi. Dan oleh sebab itu, apabila kita hentikan bantuan kita dari segi pendidikan pada umur 18 tahun, saya nak tanya apa peluang untuk golongan anak yatim piatu ini untuk dapat peluang untuk melanjutkan pengajian mereka di IDPM.
Separately, the Education Ministry will wait until November 1st to take action against teachers who refuse to be vaccinated against COVID-19. Minister Datuk Ratzi Jin says this is in line with the Public Services Department's directive, making it mandatory for all civil servants to be vaccinated by then. In Putrajaya, an 11-year-old girl died while receiving medical treatment after she fell 7 stories from an apartment unit at Precinct 5 yesterday. Police say the parents were at work during the incident while the victim was staying with her siblings at the apartment, where she locked herself in her room for her online classes. The grill for the bedroom window, however, was not locked at the time. Police say they're investigating how the incident took place, adding that there were no CCTVs at the apartment unit. In foreign news, Singapore will extend its quarantine-free vaccinated travel lane scheme to Australia and Switzerland from November 8th. For Australia, however, two-way travel applies only to fully vaccinated Australian citizens, permanent residents, and their immediate families. Other travellers from Singapore would not be able to travel to Australia until a later stage. Singapore has now announced vaccinated travel lanes with 13 countries. In football, Spanish media claim Zinedine Zidane and Antonio Conte are among the front runners to replace Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as Manchester United manager. In business news, General Electric Engine Services Malaysia's main focus during the pandemic has been to support its customers. Managing Director Suresh Shanmugam told the Breakfast Grill on BFM this includes looking at current contract restructures and providing refining facilities.
At the same time, also not jeopardizing their operations and to make sure that whatever the minimum thing that we need to do to keep them flying and keeping their assets well taken care, we are doing that part of it. While there's a lot of discussion that's happening as we speak now with the airline operators, particularly AirAsia locally here, so that make sure that we are working together with them to address the current situation and keep both of us afloat and prepare ourselves for rebounds.
Khazanah Nasional Berhad's wholly owned Malaysia Technology Development Corporation has invested in drone startup Polydrone Solutions. TechCrunch reports Polydrone received a $4.29 million seed round led by Wavemaker Partners, which is the largest seed round ever raised in Malaysia. And Novartis has raised the prospect of divesting its generic drug unit Sandoz, saying it will pursue whatever option would deliver most value for shareholders. The review will explore all options ranging from retaining the business to separation. In markets, CFB and KLCI closed down 0.2% at 1,584 points. European markets are positive, with the UK's FTSE up 0.7%, while Germany's DAX is 1.1% higher. And on the forex market, $1 is now worth 4 ringgit 15 cents, while £1 is worth 5 ringgit 73.
The BFM traffic report.
PLKDE is moving from Kota Damansara heading towards Shah Alam. On the men's highway, there is congestion from Putrajaya heading towards Kesiaran Yuki Jalil. I'm Nadira Madrang. For more headlines, follow BFM News on Twitter. You're now up to date on BFM 89.9, the business station.
Good evening, this is Sharmila and Lynn. This hour, we are discussing Padalila Renong's past experiences with sexual harassment and the response she's got. And then after that, on Popcorn Culture, we are kicking off our Halloween Horror Week Fright Fest thingy with a look back at a movie from 2020, Rope. As always, we'd love to hear from you. You can call 77332900, WhatsApp 018-789-8899, tweet us at BFM Radio. All this coming your way on the evening edition. It is just coming up to 7:08. First up, we've got your Futures Minute, a quick look at the US futures markets ahead of their opening. Futures advanced with the Dow Jones rising 122 points, the S&P 500 up 17, the Nasdaq increasing by 86. Traders are focusing on corporate earnings, looking beyond concerns about inflation and economic recovery. Meanwhile, companies reporting earnings, and this is a mouthful, include 3M, AMD, Alphabet, Chubb, GE, Hasbro, Juniper, Microsoft, S&P Global, Texas Instruments, Twitter, and Visa. And that is it. Our colleagues will continue the conversation tomorrow. This has been your Futures Minute.
Selamat malam.